Job Shadow Day took place on April 22nd this year through the initiative of the Irish Association of Supported Employment. IrishTV took its cameras nationwide into various working environments to highlight the contribution that people with a disability can and do make to the workplace.
I think I've even surprised myself.
So I cannot wait. It is great for me.
The best is yet to come.
Definitely.
So, Keith,
Yes.
you're going to be working with Ryan Tuberty today.
Yes, I am.
Shadow. Tell him, how are you feeling?
I'm so excited. I cannot wait for it. And I'll be working with Ryan Tuberty until 8:45 until 11 o'clock. So it's going to be a good fun for me. And Ryan Tuberty is a good broadcaster ever on 2FM.
I love the idea of Job Shadow because I got a request to say, could you take somebody in for a day to show them the ropes? And I said, of course, but what's the detail? And the detail was that there was going to be a guy called Keith, happens to be in a wheelchair, and he'd like to see how it all works. And the wheelchair is irrelevant, really, although I know it's part of what we're doing today, but it's more about the guy in the wheelchair and to give him an opportunity to see this crazy place. It's like Disneyland, and I'm Mickey Mouse. And to come in and have a little look around. And I wanted work experience once, you know, when I was 15 or 16, and I got in here for a little look around to see how it was all working, and I loved it. So when somebody asked, can I come in, I'd love to be able to try and facilitate that. And if it's a job shadow for somebody like Keith, it makes all the more sense. So yeah, it was very easy for me to agree to it. It's great, and he's good fun. He's acting the maggot. He's giving lip, and he wants to hear Run DMC singing It's Like That. That's just the way it is, and his wishes are command. So we'll do it.
Fantastic music choice.
It was a good music choice. I was very impressed.
This kind of diverse workplace leads to a more sort of creative environment and inclusive workplace. Would you agree with something like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think that people need to be able to experience a place like RTE and to see if is it accessible intellectually, is it accessible physically, and can someone like Keith fit in and enjoy the experience? And so far so good. He's laughed a lot, which is great. I don't know if he's laughing at or with, but he's laughing, which is critical in a place like this.
And some employers may have reservations about working with someone with a disability simply because they've never encountered it before. Was that initially a concern for you, or do you think why that it could be? It
wouldn't be an issue for me because you know, it's I think it's a very old-fashioned opinion to think that, you know, could we work with somebody with a disability? I mean, that's outrageous, really, when you think of it. That you think that you have to look at the person, see how they are. Are they good enough for the job or able for their job? Whatever about the physicality of the situation. So that's not the concern. I mean, thankfully, society, I hope, has moved along enough to make people think, is this a good person for the job, as opposed to what are their needs. The rest follows.
Brilliant. And what do you think are the benefits of a job shadow?
Well, I suppose it shows for people with a disability that everything's possible. That places like RTE or this studio and creatures like me welcome the idea, and that regardless of your situation in life, there's possibility and there's a chance, and everyone deserves that.
And would you recommend this and support it for other people?
Everyone should do it. Everyone watching Irish TV tonight should be thinking about this, especially employers. Should be thinking about the idea of a job shadow for a day, because as you rightly say, Aisling, the point is that some people haven't encountered this, and you need to encounter a job share scenario before you discount it. And I think that if you do that, you open your mind, you open the door, and everything becomes possible.
I do watch Late Late Show about a lot, but I do watch the Toy Show every year. So, and I'm a DJ, of course, in the SOS Dreamtime Radio in Kilkenny, and it will be my last Dreamtime Radio show next year, and So I will get the job from on the digital platform from RTE Pulse.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, it is. And so I will get it. So hopefully, and they can follow me on Twitter at DJ Keycastle, on Twitter at RTE Pulse. Guys, if you're listening, don't forget to tweet at DJ Keycastle at RTE Pulse. It's the way to do it.
Good man. And come here, what are you looking forward to most about working with Ryan today?
Well, just looking at the newspapers and all, amazing a chat and all, there's always fun to be there. So I cannot wait. It's great for me.
Yeah. And have you always wanted to like work in radio?
Yeah, I would. More dance music. Because I am mad to dance music. So I am.
And were you excited that this opportunity came up to come into RT and really see how it works in the big league?
Yes, yes.
And do you know something? I think Ryan might have his job in line. I think you could be the next guy in here. He should watch out.
Yeah, he would. He would.
Well, come here, you picked some great choices, some brilliant music choices today.
Yeah.
And what are you hoping really to get out of today?
I just have to find out and see what happens today.
IrishTV has been in operation for the last 20 years in Ireland. It's a job board, so we operate on the internet, and it's really all about providing the option for people to search for new job opportunities, new career opportunities, no matter what the industry, no matter what the location in Ireland. And we have some international companies who advertise with us as well.
Brilliant. And how did you become involved with Job Shadow?
So it was about 4 years ago, really. We were looking for something that we could do in the community, and to be honest, Job Shadow made perfect sense to us because it's about allowing people, no matter what their circumstance, to have an opportunity to come into a workplace and just get a feel for working in an office environment, working in different industries. So it absolutely made total sense to us. We've Grace here with us for today, and she's shadowing Claire on customer service. So Claire is taking her through the normal run-of-the-day tasks. So it's all about setting up new companies on the website, looking at the different logos, looking at some of our social media feeds. So they've been busy working away on putting new posts up today now, and so far it seems to be going very well.
So Grace, tell me a little bit about your job role here today. What have you learned?
I've learned a lot more things that run behind the scenes of Irish jobs. It's not all just searching. There's actually a lot to keep up, and when the vacancies are taken, they just remove them all down.
We created some profiles, some recruiter profiles, yeah. Answered some emails.
She learned some new things as well.
Yeah. She taught me a couple of things on the computer. Yeah.
There you go.
Essentially, no one should be excluded from the workplace. There's something that everyone can do, no matter what the industry. It's really about finding the fit that's right and finding the niche. You don't always need qualifications and core skills for every job. In a basic office environment, there's an awful lot that anybody can do. I mean, school leavers, somebody with no experience at all. It's really about finding a personality fit as well. So Grace is very open to learning new different bits and pieces, and she's very enthusiastic. And I'm sitting just very close to them most of the day, and all of the questions I'm hearing are about what about this and what about that, and how did you do this and how does all that work. So really, the more a person is willing to kind of ask the questions and to learn, it doesn't matter where they come from.
And I know some companies might have reservations about employing someone they may have a disability simply because they might not have encountered that kind of work relationship before.
Sure.
What do you feel, would you have those kind of fears or concerns initially, or do you think that people should sort of branch away from it?
I can understand where it comes from, and I think an awful lot of the concern comes from, will the person coming in on Job Shadow feel comfortable? Will they feel under pressure? Will the company be able to look after them in a way that they need to? And I suppose IASE are fantastic that way, in that Grace came in with a minder for the day, so she's a familiar face, she's somebody Grace knows really well, so if there's ever kind of any anxiety or anything, Tara's there to help out.
They're very professional in what they do, and the services that I have nowadays are just the care they give and the help. They really helped me come on a long way.
Grace has done a lot of courses to help her get employment in the future, so she's doing really well. So she loved it today, haven't you? She's absolutely a whiz on the computer, she's flying around it, and it just goes to show the courses really do stand to her, so she's doing brilliantly, yeah.
What have you found are the benefits of the job shadowing and support employment to your company?
Well, I think it's a couple of things really. From a very selfish point of view, it's a really feel-good factor for us, because anybody who comes into us on job shadow, like, we can see how independent they feel and how valued they feel, and that's important no matter who you are or where you're coming from or what industry you're in. And to know that you're contributing to that, you know, as I say, very selfishly, it's a great feel-good factor. From a company point of view then, it just makes us a little bit more conscious about how we deal with people on a day-to-day basis, and I think that's very important. And it gives us the opportunity to do something nice in the community.
And would you recommend the job shadowing to other companies?
Absolutely, absolutely. We've had great experience. And as I say, there shouldn't be any barriers by industry, by location. It's about finding, you know, a task that can be allocated to somebody, making sure you have the right person coming in, the right fit. So, and just creating a nice environment for them.
Really opened my mind a bit more about offices. It's not all like being boring and suffocating in it, isn't it?
No, we had a bit of fun, I hope.
A bit. A lot.
Did you enjoy working with Claire today?
Yeah. Great crack.
Love it. Kept me entertained anyway.
Little comedian.
So Nora, can you tell us how your company became involved with job shadowing?
Well, I suppose about 3 years ago I was asked to come and help present the awards with the Taoiseach Enda Kenny, and got very involved that day and decided that it was something that we should work with as a company in the future. And today, of course, I've got a fabulous job shadow. Her name is Emer Furlong, and she's 17 years old, and she's amazing. I've learned so much actually from being with her this morning. I hope she's learned as much from me. She's a great singer. She also wants to work in music or in the media, so she's the perfect companion for me for the day. I love the idea that you can inspire young people, regardless as to what their ability is. I have a 16-year-old myself. I've been privileged to be able to kick him out into employment situations, and I know he's learned an enormous amount from it. Not, you know, sometimes you learn actually what you don't want to do, which is a good thing too. But as an employer of a wide, diverse group of people, creative people, accountants, people who work in administration, you know, balanced teams are so important. We don't all want to have the same kind of people working for us. So it just makes sense to me that we go out into the marketplace and we recruit people from all walks of life with all kinds of different abilities. So, you know, I love the fact that Emer is spending time with me today. I hope that it helps her and inspires her to be who she wants to be in her life. Every single person who's born has potential. They have this powerful potential inside them. Nobody says it's going to be rationed and that it's going to run out at a certain time. So we owe it to those young people in their lives, whether through nature or nurture, their education, their parents, or meeting role models, to ensure that they do fulfill their potential, that they have every possibility to go out there in the world and be the best they can be.
And do you feel, having Emer here, that she has learned the skills and provided more skills to the workplace here?
Oh, Emer has been fantastic, and I think I told you I have actually learned an enormous amount from her. She is a very competent, good communicator, layered individual. Has asked me can she come back and do work experience here, which I'll be delighted to have her. She's doing her Leaving Cert this year. We've talked quite a bit about what she's going to be doing when she goes to college, because she wasn't going to college till she met me. So we texted her mother and said I was stealing her, but her mother said no, I'm not allowed to steal her. So the best I can do is encourage her to go on and continue to learn.
Do you think that Emer and yourself have benefited from the job shadowing?
Oh, hugely. I mean, I always benefit from it. So I'd say hand on heart. I kind of at the stage in my life where I don't do things unless I get as much out of it as the person I'm doing it with. So I can tell you that Emer has been incredible to be with. The day's not over yet. We have loads more still to do. It's been action-packed so far. I'm not a traditional business person, and I don't use an office. So she loves the fact that we're out and about all day, racing from one appointment to the other, and she's learning a little bit about, you know, communicating. She's done a phenomenal job of greeting people and talking to people, and she's learning a little bit about, I suppose, the challenges of getting into the world of the media. I guess my biggest gift to her is my own passion for education and learning. So when she's looking at me and saying, my goodness, you're a nurse, you're a journalist, you're a business person, a dragon, and I'm saying, yeah, but I had to learn. Like, none of those happened because of luck, you know. So it is about sometimes going back to college and learning a new skill and trying it for a while. And I think before today she had plans on leaving after her Leaving Cert. So I said, that can't happen.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. And finally, Nora, would you recommend this to other companies?
Oh, I'm a passionate advocate of this. I hope I'm a great ambassador for Job Shadow Day. I think that anybody out there who, is thinking about doing this next year, please get on board. I mean, first of all, it's a fantastic day. It'll open your eyes to things you never understood before. Supported employment is the way forward. We have to embrace it. Look out for, I hope I will be involved in the launch next year, but certainly I tweet constantly. So at Nora Casey, at IASE. So, make sure that you stay in touch with us.
So just like that, I feel like I'm talking to two best friends.
We're both Twitter followers, and she does actually Viber, which I don't do.
And Facebook, Snapchat.
So we decided we were going to beat everybody else. So all those famous people, including the Taoiseach, we were going to beat them and have the best day ever.
We're the one upside.
Yeah.
And Emer, can you tell me about your day? How much fun have you had?
I had really, really great fun. Nora's been a great mentor all day, and she's been really looking after me, and been really getting split rotten as well, which I'm not used to.
A pair later.
Yeah, well.
And she told us of your amazing singing ability, which is fantastic to have such a lady like Nora, a successful woman, really encouraging you and supporting you throughout the whole day. What kind of advice has she given you?
Well, she's given me great advice about maybe I should go to college after school, and maybe I want to take up a business career like Nora. So I'm going to kind of move into that business life, and hopefully Nora can give me a hand with that as well.
Sorry, I'll make a businesswoman out of her yet.
You definitely will.
And could you see yourself working in an environment like this?
I could, yeah. I get on great with people, and I can socialise and be able to work with celebrities. So yeah, I'm really I hope I can make it into this business, hopefully.
Do you find that the job shadowing for you was successful?
Yeah, I think it really was. We're only halfway through our day, but yeah, it was really good, and I'm really enjoying it as well.
Brilliant.
The best is yet to come.
Definitely.
Supported employment is a system designed to support people with disabilities who want to be a part of the workforce.
Chris, how did the Cork Fire Brigade get involved with the Job Shadow experience?
Doris is an organisation here in Cork City, and we were delighted that they approached us to get involved with the job shadowing today. And they presented us with two young students today, Connor and Jamie, and we were delighted to have them, and they were very interested.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm 19 years old, and for my job shadow, I really enjoyed it because it's a great experience, and if I do another job shadow and do this because it was a great experience, so now I think I want to be a fireman when I'm older.
Oh, very good. So did you always want to be a fireman?
No.
No, not at all. So when did this come up then?
Today.
Just today. Very good. So how about yourself? Tell me about yourself.
I'm 21.
Did you always want to be a fireman when you were growing up?
Yeah.
Would this make you want to, would you want to do this for the rest of your life if you're here now?
Yeah.
Good, very good. How did you get into this? How did you get into the job shadow?
From a work teacher.
Okay, very good. And what would you like to do in the future now? So what are your dreams?
To become a fireman.
Brilliant. They got on very well with all the personnel on duty today, and we were delighted to work with them. They were also very interested in the work we carry out and our daily duties here on the station, both on drill and exercises, and they participated very well. Well, we find that people with disabilities, they're very interested in organisations around the city, and especially the two young students we have are very interested in the fire brigade, and we were really delighted to have them. And we found that people with disabilities are interested in fire services, and other organisations around the city should get involved, which invite them for today and get involved in Job Shadow.
I am the HR manager for the Porterhouse Group. We initially got involved in the scheme when Sinead from the Assisted Employment Scheme got in contact with us in relation to Job Shadow Day and some work experience for the guys. That was our first involvement with the scheme. We initially seen the benefits straight away. The guys came in, they had a job coach with them, so each week there was less and less need for the job coach to come in, which in itself maintained that they actually developed week on week. At the end of the process, then we had a decision whether we wanted to employ the candidates or not. It was an easy decision for us, to be honest. We've seen so much progression through the weeks that they were in doing their work experience that they became a fundamental part of the team during that process. The advantage of the scheme is that because Eric is specifically focused on those tasks, he does them with precision, he gives them great care, and they're done perfectly every day. You don't have to supervise him, he knows exactly what he has to do. He comes in and he's it's a systematic approach. So he knows, he has his list of duties, he does them very, very well, and then he finishes up at the end of the day.
And therefore you have seen the benefits and can see the prospect of further employment.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's really opened our eyes to the whole scheme, and I think it really gives a team environment in the site as well, because it's a new approach even for the employees that are here as well, to see people coming in and being a part of their team, and you know, having someone come in a part of the scheme and watching them grow. It's a very rewarding aspect, not only for the employee that comes in, but also to the other employees who are training them and helping them along the way, to see their colleague to be exactly the same par as them after a few weeks and have their specific tasks and do those tasks very, very well.
We did a work shadow day 2 years ago and we kept on Eric, and now we just feel like he's a vital part of the team now. He's one of the staff, and that's how everyone treats him.
So Eric, you've been here 2 years. I want to take you back to your first day when you walked in the doors. Did you feel in any way a little bit nervous?
Not nervous, it's good.
Yeah. And what was your interaction with the staff here?
It's very good.
Yeah.
They're well, they're workers.
Eric would have started off with smaller tasks just to sort of see where he was comfortable. We'd sell a lot of cocktails, so a lot of mojitos, so he was plucking mint for us at the start, where he wouldn't be too interacting with the staff, so he could sit down and do his little job. He would have been getting some ice for us, maybe just filling up the ice wells, and as time progressed you could see he would be chatting a bit to the other staff, and we would give him more roles. He would maybe get bored doing the mint, so he'd maybe polish glasses. He would be just checking the tables before we'd open, like checking the salt and peppers and bringing out all the condiments, and then eventually he started to stock some of the fridge for me. I'd have a beer every day, and he would stock that fridge for me, just checking the bottles, making sure they're wiped and have everything perfect for me, you know.
It's a nice atmosphere, isn't it? It's kind of a friendly. Do you get to chat to loads of different people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work 2 days a week, Mondays and Tuesdays from 10 to 12.
And between 10 to 12, can you talk us through sort of the work that you do?
Well, when I get in, I clock in. There's a clock in where you put in your number, and then I go and put my bag down, and then I get on with the work. I do the tables first off. I clean the tables, hold down, and then I put out the cookery. And then I put out the menus and the lunchtime menus for the customers when they come in. And then after that, then I do the candles, and then I do the water bottles, and that's possibly it.
And do you enjoy doing all that?
Yeah, I do, yeah. It's great. And sometimes when I'm working, to put on some music working.
Cool. What kind of music do you like listening to?
Oh, I like Westlife, I like One Direction, I like Christy Moore.
So Martine, tell me about your experience having Conor work here in the Porthouse and having him a part of the team.
It's been very good having him part of the team. He's a bright, bubbly young chap. We get to listen to Westlife every day, which is good. And yeah, he kind of just puts around the restaurant for a couple of hours in the mornings, does the cutlery, the menus, the waters, just bits and pieces. So it's good to have him around, you know. It's a bit of fresh air compared to the same thing every day, you know. So it's good. It's very good.
Do you find that it's created a new atmosphere in your workplace, having sort of a diversity?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just really good staff morale too, to kind of see that we're all kind of putting back out there to the community and helping as well. So it's kind of, yeah, it's a good environment, you know.
And Conor, we were speaking to him earlier, he really enjoys it. Have you seen like his confidence build and learning new skills as being a vital part of his work?
Yeah, I'd say he's come out of his shell a little bit more. He's much more comfortable around all the staff, and in the restaurant itself, you know, he can kind of, he just pots around and does what he has to do. There's no second thought or feeling uncomfortable when he's in here. So it's good for him to see him be independent like that in here.
So tell me, I mean, having a job, like any job, it's always great to have support from family and friends, but you also have your coach here, Amy.
I do, yeah.
And what kind of support has she given you?
Well, she's given me a lot of support. When I came here first, she told me what to do, and then she stand back and let me what I want to do, then report her down.
And do you find that you feel more confident doing it on your own now?
I do, yeah. Now I'm doing the water bottles by myself, I feel much better that I can do it by myself. Yeah.
Great. And Amy, tell us, like, how have you found the whole experience for Connor?
I found that Connor has been brilliant in this placement that we had. He's really come a long way, and he's got such independence from it. I suppose my role would be to kind of to source the job, to train Connor in the job, and then to maintain a link with both Connor and the employer. Starting off, I would have trained Connor, like shown him how to do particular tasks, which he picked up very quickly. So I was kind of made redundant very quickly, and then. So I'd maintain the contact, and then Connor got so quick that in his 2 hours he was doing the job within 1 hour, so we had to kind of come up with more tasks for him to do. So I suppose that's not a bad complaint to have, that he was working too hard or too quickly.
Yeah.
So we found more tasks for Connor to do, so I would have done more training with him in how to do these tasks. The employers get to see how valuable a person with a disability can be to their company.
Supported employment helps employers to fill vacancies and build diversities in their workforce.
Well, our involvement at Cork Chamber with Job Shadow really came about as a result of our fantastic relationship with COPE here in Cork. We've had a really strong engagement with them over the last number of years. We've been involved with Job Shadow for a few years now, and it's been a fantastic experience for us as an organisation, for the members of our own team here, and we've had great feedback from the COPE clients who have come to us for Job Shadow Day.
Like, how did Lisa get on?
Well, Lisa's had a fantastic day here. She's brought so much to the office here for the day. She's spent some time with all of our own team here, understanding what they do and working with them for the day, and she's really enjoyed it. But more importantly as well, she's also, brought a fresh perspective to our own team here in terms of some of the challenges that people can face and how we have a role to play in helping to overcome some of those difficulties.
My name's Lisa Curtin, I'm from Youghal, I'm 22 years old.
And how did you come into contact with IASE?
From Martin Hennessy, she's an old teacher. Went to Derris Employment 30 years ago.
If you were to work here, how would you feel about it?
I feel good because you're not just doing one thing, you've got a choice doing different things.
Is there anything in particular that stood out for you or that you learned from the experience itself?
Well, I think what's really important for us and Cork Chamber of Commerce, we represent the business community here in the Cork region. I think there's a real message to the business community in Cork in terms of recognising the ability of people with disability. And that's a message we really want to get out. And we would very much encourage all employers across the country and across the Cork region here to engage with organisations such as COPE, engage with the Job Shadow Day and other programmes and schemes that are coming on out in the future.
Supported employment is consistent with the concept of empowerment, social inclusion, dignity and respect for individuals. So Cara, you have the dream job. Can you basically explain to us your role here in Hanley's kids store?
Yeah, so I'm the assistant store manager. I've been in this position now for about a year now. I've actually worked up from the bottom up to the top, actually, my own little success story as well. I started here at Christmas as a Christmas temp, and basically Hamleys had seen a great potential in me at that time and invested in me.
So can you tell us about your relationship then with Cormac? Because starting your way up, you can kind of relate to it in that.
That's it, because Cormac kind of came along with me in a sense that I still remember him coming in. Like I still actually do remember him coming in. He was like basically a boy that just kind of came out of school first day, never seen the working environment, and was really shy. I still remember that day, but I was like that as well, because I was only a red shirt, like I was basically a Hamleys helper on the floor, so I was only just doing the general tasks that he was doing as well. So he was shadowing me and a few other guys in the store at that time, so I basically built a great relationship just straight off with Cormac.
And so what kind of skills is Cormac learning, and what work is he doing here within the shop?
So just a range of skills. Cormac is basically, he's kind of like one of these multi-tool guys. He's VM guy, so he's down there in merchandising. VM, stock control, he do the deliveries, strip down pallets, putting the stock out, but then just general customer service. He'll deal the daily deals with the customers, building rapport, dealing with customers. He actually has a few customers that know him by name, come in looking for him in the Hornby section, etc. like that, because they know Cormac from that side. And he uses his own personal things in selling in the store, which I love. So I know Cormac loves Batman, Spider-Man, so when he's in there with a customer, he's like, oh, I love this and this and that and everything. So it's coming across really strong. And I can see that personal bit, and we love that in Hamleys, that where people bring out their personal side and their own kids and their own childhood. So we get that Cormac's bit and we invest in that, and we get him to project that in when he's talking with customers. He's done that brilliant.
Can you tell me how you were approached to get involved with Job Shadow?
Yeah, so back in 2010 we were approached by Step Supported Employment, and Sinead, I think, had got in contact with us, and we had a few job coaches. Yvette, I think, was the one at the time, lovely lady. And I remember her coming into me, actually, I still remember coming in ground floor, and she was like, oh, because I dealt with her in a personal shopping experience, and she was like, Carl, look, listen, I'm doing this, what do you think, would we have an opportunity? I said, of course we do, it's Hamleys, this is what we do. So Cormac came in, he was doing the Job Shadow for 2 weeks, and the potential straight off, I was like, look, my boss then, I was like, look, we need to get this guy in here, we need to get him in. Yeah, no, we'll do it. Yeah, we got him in, and he was in on delivery straight away. We just gave him a contract, he never left. He never left, and he's still here to this day, Cormac. I'll never replace him, like, in that sense as well. He's an asset to my team.
Supported employment has been used all over the world for 35 years because it works. It focuses on the individual and treats people with dignity and respect. In Ireland, a person with disability is just half as likely to be employed as the rest of the working age population.
I'm 19, I'm in college, I'm in co-foundation.
So what was the best part about the job here?
Like I wasn't nervous coming in today, because everyone was so nice to me, and that takes a big relief off you when you're starting something new. You're so nervous that you won't talk to anyone. Now this morning I was a bit quiet, but now I'm chatting away like mad. But yeah, I'm basically confidence, coming into this, and to not be nervous. It's a great opportunity, great experience, and it'll look good on your CV too if you're going out for further jobs.
How did your company's involvement in the Job Shadow come about here?
We have a good relationship with the Job Share initiative for the last few years, and we would do a number of similar projects throughout the year as a store and as a company. So we'd be very interested in helping people along the way to gain experience, and we've had a number of cases throughout the years that people have actually come here for a work experience and have gone forward to the interview process and have actually got part-time jobs and full-time jobs in the store. It's great because, you know, everyone is different, and helping people with disabilities is something that a company like ourselves would love to be able to do, and to be able to learn from it and be able to learn how we can improve some of our policies and some of our the way we do training inside store. And so it's a great opportunity to give something back to a community, to get people in and give an opportunity to work in a store like ourselves.
Okay, so as a result of that, would you recommend it to other businesses as well?
Yes, I think it's very important that we do recommend this to other businesses. We've done, as I said, a number of these throughout the years, and the benefit that you get from it is you give people an opportunity that they may have never got before, and you give them a bit of self-pride and self-belief in themselves. And we've had a number of applicants, as I said, throughout the years that have been lucky enough then to come back over like a Christmas period or a summer period and get a job, and it's great to see people blossom and bloom from opportunities like these.
Okay, so now I have to ask you, how did he get on today?
He did brilliant. He was very good, very engaging. He's a shy boy as it is, but he came out of his shell, and we're hoping to have him back in a few weeks' time to do a 2-week work experience in the store.
So Fiona, can you tell us first of all about your role here at Musgraves?
Yeah, absolutely. My role is the role of HR generalist, and basically what that means is I would look after the daily HR function for the employees, management, and basically the day-to-day running of the HR department for this site here in Fonthill.
Great. As a company, what does Musgraves do?
There's a Musgrave group, but if we're to talk about where I'm based, which is Musgrave Retail Partners Ireland, what we do is we deliver stock to our retailers. Our retailers are SuperValues and Centras. So from this depot and our other depots, we deliver to over 650 retailers, SuperValu and Centra retailers.
Great. And can you tell us about Noel and where he fits as an employee into Musgrave?
Yeah, absolutely. We met with Noel, I think it was back in 2011. We had been working with supported employment and with Breda prior to that, and we were approached about working with Job Shadow. Musgrave, part of our corporate objectives is very much to be involved in the community. We work very closely with the local school, and this was also something that we very much wanted to get involved with. So we went ahead and we had our Job Shadow Day, and as a result of that we came across Noel and we decided that he was a good fit for here, and we decided to employ him on that basis.
So Noel, come here, tell me, how long have you been working here?
Since the 12th of May 2011, 4 years.
Right. And can you tell me what kind of work do you do here?
I make up combis.
How many days a week are you here?
Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And they gave me an extra day. That was gave me one day, and they gave me the extra day there.
Noel gets on great with all the staff. He very much enhances our environment, as does the other people that we work with in terms of disability. I think it's very important to have a diverse workforce. I think that it's also very important that we focus on the company's objective to do that as well.
And on the Job Shadow, how did Noel's skills and his work fit into Musgraves? What kind of jobs did he have to do?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's a very good point when it comes to talking about the Job Shadow, because we have very specific roles here. But from Noel, we really focused on his ability and what he was capable of doing, and from that we could see that he could fit very much into our warehouse. This is a distribution chill warehouse where we have over 300 employees employed here, so we had to, make sure that Noel would be a fit for there. But on the day he was based in our warehouse, he was aligned with a line manager, and he was conducting, physical work in our warehouse, which it's quite technical, but assembling combis that would go onto the lorries for our retailers, and obviously dealing with stock as well.
And come here, do you like working with all the lads in here?
Yeah, I do. And I go to the Christmas parties there in the Castleknock Hotel.
Andy, can you tell me the kind of work that Noel gets up to with yourself here?
Yeah, Noel comes in and he makes up all the combis. So as you can see in the warehouse, we pick all our goods into combis. So rather than delay the pickers having to go get a combi assembly, the combis are pre-made. So Noel provides that service for our pickers. So the combis are pre-made, and as I said, they don't have to go get the combi, and Noel has them ready to go, and it just means that there's less delays and the picker can come and pick into the combi straight away.
Noel is a great character. He gets on very well with his team, and they're also very productive. We get a lot of productivity out of the people that we have here, and I very much like to focus on them as, focusing on their abilities and how they match the environment rather than seeing it as a disability.
Noel's a joy to work with. Initially it was a day a week, and as he said, we went from 1 day to 3 days a week because the pace of the environment is quite challenging. So in the interim we put Noel in for a day a week, but as time progressed he was more comfortable with surroundings, and 1 day went to 3 days, and he's very good to work with. He's very good work ethic, and as you can see probably from the background, just the amount of combis, and he's very self-managed. So over a period of time Noel became very self-managed, and he knows when he comes in from the start to the end of the shift what the requirements are.
I make good friends here.
And did you enjoy the Job Shadow experience when you did it?
Yeah, I did.
The Job Shadow initiative was brought about to bring people with disabilities and local employers together to partake in the world of work.
And then can you explain to us then how supported employment then, is that a step up from job shadowing?
Yes, supported employment is the model that's been in use worldwide since 1994. It's a hugely successful model, allowing people with disability to get into work. It's a very simple process. The only requirement is that somebody wants to work. And if they tell us they want to work, we listen to them. We'll do vocational profiling, looking at their likes and dislikes, their skills and abilities, and therefore leading a pathway into work.
And for the likes of Noel, who's gone from 8 hours to 24 hours and gaining such financial independence there, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been huge for Noel. It means now that he's living independently in the community. He's able to pay for his housing, his shopping, like the rest of us. He's earning a good wage here, and it's made the world of difference. It also means that he's less reliant on government funding as part of his disability.
When a job seeker gets in touch with their local supported employment agency, they will meet a trained employment facilitator called a job coach.
My name is Scott O'Reilly. I work for New Healthcare Services and my role is Community Outreach Manager. Within my role, I look after and help individuals with disabilities get jobs in their community, and I also support guys with their employment. We are working with the Irish Association of Support Employment for nearly over 5 years now, and we're proud corporate members of that organisation. It's great to be affiliated with the IASC, as it gives you great leverage to a tried and tested system that works, supported employment.
So Scott, could you tell me about the IASC and describe the work that they do?
The Irish Association of Support Employment is a fantastic national organisation. They support many service providers and also families who are in need, and most importantly individuals with disabilities who are seeking employment.
What has the employer's response been to the supported employment?
Over the last number of years, I've worked with many employers in supported employment situations, and for the vast majority of employers it has been really positive. If I had a message to say to employers, it would be to see the ability in the disability and give someone with a disability the opportunity to work in your community. It's good for reputation, it's good for business, and most of all you'll have somebody who is passionate about working and very enthusiastic.
Well, we were approached by New Healthcare to take a worker in for Job Shadow Day. So we took Sean in, and it was a good experience, and then we took him on for the 1 day a week for the rest of the year. That was about 2 years ago.
So Sean, can you tell me about your job here?
Okay, hi, I'm Sean Kelly. I work here in Cahill Cycles. I mostly kind of keep the maintenance of the shop up, and I also do a lot of the pricing, sometimes the bikes or other little products that are behind you or just down. As soon as you come in, I do most of that. I came down here one day through the jobs coaches, and they said, oh, well, we have a job for you, and we'd like you to try this shop. And I came down here, and John, the manager, was actually quite impressed with me, so he gave me a job.
We then were asked would we take another worker on, and we took Tina on. And Tina has been with us now for probably over 4 months, and she's working some weeks up to 15 hours. And again, it's a very positive experience. We enjoy having them a lot.
Well, my name's Tina, I'm 23 years of age. I've been working with Cahill Cycles the last 8 weeks. I repair bikes and sell bikes. I've learned how to assemble bikes, fix brakes on bikes, and a few other things.
So you've learned some really impressive new skills.
I have, yeah.
And bringing diversity into the organisation is very good for the whole organisation and the system and the way it works.
Brilliant. Well, they say diversity does lead to a more creative and productive working force, which this clears to be a great example for you. Would you recommend this support employment to other employers?
I would recommend supportive employment to any employer. It allows one to get better systems in. It allows one to think about what they're doing.
What would be some of your favourite things?
I would say like the pricing, and because I suppose like seeing all the different products coming in, and
Which is that's an important job because people want to know how much their bike is that they want to buy.
Yeah, because it's mostly like going up on the computer and looking at all the prices of all the things. Sometimes it can be really difficult because like you're trying to find a certain product and it won't come up. And
do you find that you'd like to stay in something like this, or you maybe like to look at other jobs within retail?
Maybe, because retail is something that I've always been interested in. Maybe one day I will get another job within this type of industry.
Sean comes in once a week and he is living for the moment. And again, Tina, she comes in many times, but she's really into the work and really wanting to produce good things here. We have improved our customer relations no end with them. As I said, Tina is buzz, and the worst thing is that a customer is not approached, but the customer is approached when Tina's around. Tina makes sure that everything is under control because it happens quickly.
Supported employment has worked for me. I'd like to thank my foster parents, No Healthcare, Joy Hanlon, and Maureen O'Brien.
It's already having the support, but once you kind of start doing your jobs, you can just about do anything.
Do you have any hopes and ambitions for the future that you'd like to pursue from working here?
Yeah, I would love to become a bike mechanic and own my own business eventually. And I would also like to say people with mental health issues or addiction that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
There's a friend of mine that works with Newa Healthcare, and her mother works with them also, and they approached me, because I'm not long in the door here, I've only started recently, but they approached me asking would they be interested in it. So I spoke to the operations manager, Shane Rush, and he was all for the idea. They're very, very into supporting charities and kind of, getting involved in the community and that sort of thing. So once he was happy with it, we kind of just, we said we'd take the Springboard Point as Job Shadow Day and took it from there, really.
Brilliant. So Simon, tell me a little bit about yourself and when you started working here.
My name is Simon. I'm 22 years old. I work in SuperValu and the job I do is relocating stock and packing stock, packing the sweet soft drinks and make sweeping floor and make some stock clean and customer relations. Helping customers find what they need.
Myself and the store manager interviewed him, and he mentioned he worked in a SuperValu before, and he quite liked the whole the camaraderie and the ethos of SuperValu and working with the teams and stuff like that. But he's really kind of grown, and you can see it in him, like getting to know people. When he came in first, he was kind of he's nervous. He didn't want to make any mistakes and stuff like that, But like he's getting along great with everyone now.
Now Simon, one of my first jobs actually was in SuperValu, and I remember first coming in here and feeling almost a little bit nervous. When you first start a new job, did you feel like that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit. And do you find that over time that your confidence has grown?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And do you like working with all the other members of the staff?
I do. Yeah.
And you mentioned there that you help out customers and customer relations. So, can you give us an example of that? What would customers ask you?
Finding things like saving up for cereal, I bring them over, or soup, noodles, washing powder, whatever they need, I help them up for. And I get I go and ask would the staff and the manager, do they have it now?
And did you get any support from your job coach?
Yeah, from Melina and Shop.
And what kind of support did they offer you that you found helpful?
They helped me get a job, helped me meet new people, coming in and meeting new people and all. And do what I make doing, helping out and all.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And do you like working in this kind of shop and in retail? Is something that you'd like to stay on and work here?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Brilliant.
He's very sharp. He's a sharp wit, so he does. So, you know, he kind of adds to the morale of the team. You know, so.
Where do you see yourself in the future?
Hopefully get a full-time job somewhere. Yeah, helping with people in the public and in shops and everything.
Brilliant. Well, you're clearly very good at it.
Yeah.
And we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
But it also gives you this immense satisfaction of seeing how appreciative both Sean and Tina are of the work.
Being more independent, it's helping my mental health, and I'm really grateful and I'm glad I got this opportunity.
Anybody out there who, you know, is thinking about doing this next year, please get on board. I mean, first of all, it's a fantastic day. It'll open your eyes to things you never understood before. Supported employment is the way forward. We have to embrace it.
Regardless of your situation in life, there's possibility and there's a chance, and everyone deserves that.